Hey, my friends, let me walk you through the solution to this problem. Now, the first thing you want to do is to make sure you understand the equation that says, given that these are things you're given that P equals 1 plus root 2, and then Q equal to 1 minus root 2. Then the question says you should evaluate P squared minus Q squared over 2PQ. So you want to know, since P is 1 plus root 2, you want to know what P squared is. Since Q is equal to 1 minus root 2, you want to know what Q squared would be. And then you want to know the product of P and Q based on what you're having here. Then you can be able to get the answer in 1 second. So what do we need to do? Let's start off with this P. Since P is 1 plus Q squared, and here we are required to get P squared. So we simply do something like this. P squared will be equal to the whole of this 1 plus root 2 all squared. That means we need to duplicate this one because of the square. So P squared will become 1 plus root 2 into 1 plus root 2. So this is an algebraic expansion. Let's expand this right away. Remember, the first term here will multiply the first term. The first term will multiply the second term. Then the second term with the first term. The second term with the second term. Let's take that step after step. So P squared now will be equal to 1 multiplied by 1 will be 1 plus, this is plus 1 multiplied by root 2 will be root 2. Then root 2 multiplied by 1 will also give us root 2. Remember, because everything here is carrying positive sign, we just want to use positive sign all through. So root 2 times root 2 will definitely give us 2. Why should root 2 times root 2? Well, root 2 times root 2 we evaluate to give us root 4, and the square root of 4 will give us 2. So the quick way to go about it is that the square root of a number, say A, multiplied by the square root of a number, say A. As long as they're having square root of the same number, the result will simply be A. That's the one, that's the pattern I apply here. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 gives us 2. I hope that is clear. So P squared will equal to 1 plus 2. This one, they don't contain roots, so you have to add them together. That will give us 3 plus square root of 2 plus square root of 2 will give us 2 square root of 2. This time you don't need to multiply, you're adding. So it has 1 behind this, there's 1 behind this. The 1 will add up to give us 2. Then since root 2, they are common, just pick one of it. That's how we work on it. So this is the value for P squared. Let's bring it here. In place of this P squared, we have 3 plus 2 root 2. Then minus, let's open brackets to wait for the one of Q squared. So we know that Q is given as 1 minus root 2. So that means Q squared will be equal to 1 minus root 2 all squared. And when it is squared like this, it means you can duplicate this into 2. So that will mean that Q squared will be equal to 1 minus root 2 multiplied by 1 minus root 2. Let's multiply that out. 1 multiplied by 1 will give us 1. 1 multiplied by minus root 2 will give us minus root 2. Minus root 2 times 1 will be minus root 2. Minus times minus will be plus. Then root 2 times root 2 definitely be 2. I hope you're catching the flow. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is to add up the ones that does not contain roots. Keep in mind, 1 plus 2 gives us 3, and negative root 2, negative root 2, we simplify to give us negative 2 root 2. Because minus 1 will give us minus 2. Because the roots, they are common, just pick only one. Where do we get that one? 1 is behind this root 2, another one is behind. So minus 1 will be minus 2. And then the root, because they are common, you pick 1. That's how we got this. So that is for Q squared. So put the value here. We have 3 minus 2 root 2 over 2 multiplied by PQ. We've not done that. Since P gives us this and Q gives us this, PQ meaning P multiplied by Q. That means we multiply this by this. Let's do that right away. 1 plus root 2 into 1 minus root 2. Let's multiply this out. 1 by 1 will give us 1. 1 multiplied by minus root 2 will give us minus root 2 plus 2 plus root 2 times 1 will give us plus root 2, and then root 2 times minus root 2 will give us minus 2. So finally, did you notice that negative root 2 plus root 2 will give us 0? Negative root 2 plus root 2 will give us 0. So 1 minus 2 will give us minus 1. So we have minus 1 here. Very simple. So remember, this is for PQ. So let's simplify this. On the numerator, we have 3 plus 2 root 2. Negative sign, we clear the bracket. So we have negative 3. Negative times negative will be positive 2 root 2 divided by 2 times negative 1 will give us negative 2. Now look at it. 3, negative 3. 3 minus 3 will go. So here we're having positive 2 root 2, positive 2 root 2, which 2 plus 2 will give us 4. The square root of 2, they are common, just pick one of it, divided by negative 2. Do you know that this 2 going to itself is 1, into 4 will be 2. What is left on the board is negative 2 root 2. And that is the final answer. So what option best fits this particular problem? Look at the options and then hit it on the comment section. And if you're ready for one-on-one section, please make sure to hit my DM. If you've not shared this video, share it so that other students will learn from me. And also make sure to follow me for more videos. Peace and love.